Hey cutie pies, I'm Lanikia and this is Lanikia Help, a channel where we go over all things work from home. So this is for people who are looking for legitimate work from home jobs where you actually get paid, and at bottom line, you don't want to scam. Okay. Now, I do say do your own research because I am looking for legit work from home jobs, and I vet these for you. But sometimes I might miss, so do your own research as well, just to make sure. Okay. So all that I ask that you do is please be respectful in the comments. If you've been an employee, even if your experience wasn't that great, you can say that in a way that's still respectful. I know, listen, I told y'all about my experience in that other video, and everything. I didn't go in like I wanted to, but anyways, so this is about jobs where you saying, listen, ma'am, I need money like this weekend. Like I need a job that's gonna, like, I have a bill due now. Like, how can you help me with that? Listen, I can't promise to get you money by this weekend, but I can give you an option that I used to use when I needed some quick money and I was like, ooh, my gas bill is due, the water bill is due, something like that. Let me go work these little gigs real quick, and that's how I used to make my quick money. I don't do it now only because gas is four. Here gas is $4 a gallon, and by the time I go, I'm like, no, I'll just keep my car still and just do it that way. So anyways, the companies that I used to love to do this for was Gigwalk and Field Agent. My favorite was Gigwalk, because they had so many jobs at the time. This is when I used to live in, because I've moved since when I was doing this job, but I moved to a bigger area, and they have less to do. I don't know if it's because more people are doing it or what, but they do have a few that pay like $21 a gig or whatever. But anyway, so all you do is download the Gigwalk on your phone. Now listen, if you don't have a good camera, this is not the job for you. Like if your phone is a struggle phone like mine, this is not the job for you. And that's one of the reasons that I kind of got out of doing these, because my camera was so trash that they kept rejecting it, because they do look at your pictures, because you have to take pictures and all that, and they kept saying, man, we can't see. I don't know what I was trying to do, child. But anyways, so that's one of the reasons I got out of it. Plus, once you don't really like, I didn't have that pressure like I had at first, where I was like, I need this money. It wasn't that type of pressure anymore, so I didn't really have to do it. Now, trust and believe, if I ever wanted to start doing it again, that is what I would go to. I would go to Gigwalk and Field Agent. Okay, let's get back on the subject, Nikki. Okay, so you download it on your phone. Now it doesn't work on every phone, so you have to make sure it works on your phone. Is that my little? Oh yeah. So you have to make sure it works on your phone. So you download Gigwalk on your phone, because these are two separate apps. You got download Gigwalk, and you have to put in your personal information and all that. You have to put in how you want to get your money, and everything like that. You put that all in, and you just start doing gigs, and you click on accept a gig. Now you have so much time, like from the time you accept a gig until the gig has to be done. Now if you accept a gig and then you don't do the gig, they're least likely to approve you for gigs, because they do have to approve you. But once you're doing gigs for them like that, like at one point, like any gig I wanted, I could just click on it, or I would email them and be like, hey, I want this gig. Like it would be closed, and I'd be like, hey, I want this gig if it's still open, and they would hit me back and be like, yeah, it's still open. Yeah, it doesn't show, but we still need someone to do it. So they would send me the gig. So once they trust you and know that you will work the gigs and things for them, you will be able to do this. Now, Field Agent was the same way. They paid a little bit. They had more gigs than Gigwalk, but they paid just a little bit less for the gigs. But I didn't mind it, because you didn't have to do as much work. To me, you didn't have to do as much work for those gigs. So Field Agent was another one that, if I needed quick cash, especially like when I was so lucky, sometimes the gigs would be in the same area, so it was like perfect. Now, when I was living, okay, when you live in a larger area, that's one of the reasons, because I had downloaded it on my phone a few weeks ago because my sister said there's a lot of gigs, and I checked my email and they had sent me an email saying there was a lot of gigs in my area for like $21. So I was like, oh, I might do this. And so I downloaded it and I looked and I was like, these are like the gigs. One gig was like 8 miles away, another one is 11 miles away. And it doesn't, and you're like, that's not that far. But when you live in the city, that's far. I guess when I was in the country and I was doing these gigs, they would literally be down the road. It would be like a 2-minute drive to get to them. And I'm like, it's not worth it now. It's not worth it now. So that's one of the reasons that I don't do it either. But if I was still in the country, I probably still would, and I had a better phone, I'd probably still be trying to do these gigs or whatever. But anyways, me off in my tangent. But anyways, you download it on your phone, you send over the pictures, they ask you questions, you answer the question. It's so simple, y'all. And then they approve it. And the more gigs that you do, the faster they approve your money. So yes, you can literally, if you did a gig on Wednesday, you might, depending on how fast you were with going ahead and getting the gig and and they are with getting everything approved, you could get paid by Friday or Monday or whatever. So that's why I recommend this job. Like this job, I'm telling y'all, this job got me through when I was needing help. I would just go out like on a weekend. I'd be like, okay, from 12 to 4, I'm just going to do gigs. That's all I'm going to do. And so that's what I used to do. I just do field agent and gig walk. And there was another one called I Secret Shop that I would do, but they took longer to send their money. But y'all could try that one too. It took longer for them. I don't know if they still take that long, but it took a minute. So I was like, I'm not doing this one anymore. But yeah, that's what I would do on like a Saturday, one Saturday out of the month or whatever. I would go and I would, I would add up how many gigs I needed to do, and I would go and do those gigs so I could pay my water bill or whatever. So you're not going to be able to pay your rent with it. Unless you're in an extremely popular area and they're paying a lot of money, you're not going to be able to pay your rent with it. But you can pay one bill, or at least use it to put some gas in your car, or just do something with it, depending on how you feel. But anyways, guys, that's the video for today. Don't worry, I am dropping another video at 10 o'clock tonight. This one is only for Lanikia Help. This won't go over to the Lanikia channel. It's just for Lanikia Help. If you want to see my older videos, you can go over to the Lanikia channel. I call her the mother channel, because she started all my, that's where I have my first YouTube channel. You can go over to the mother channel, and I have a ton of work from home videos. Not recently, but if you go back a few months and everything, you'll see a ton of work from home videos over there. And so because I'm trying to grow this one to be dedicated to just work from home. All right, guys, I've talked enough to you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you later on tonight for another video.